back, guys, to another Freedom 35 or Sit Down. This is a series where we get to know artists and creators in the CNFT space. My name is Tommy. I go by TLWMY on Twitter and Discord.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I am the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
And tonight we're joined by Bastian with NANO Frames. Bastian, welcome on.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Oh, definitely. Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a little late over there right now for you guys. So it's a little bit of a time difference, and we appreciate you coming out tonight and getting to talk with us. So one of the things that we always ask when we do these sit downs and get to know everybody is the first question that we always say is, why CNFTs? How did you get into the Cardano NFT space?
Wow. Well, I've been in Cardano per se as a currency since 2018 or so, just by well, everything we know about Cardano, right? all the advantages that it has. I don't have to go into detail, but it resonated with me and the kind of way how I work. So Cardano was always a focus of mine. And then, well, CNFT space, I only hold CNFTs. I do hold one Ethereum NFT, but just because I get Cardano airdrops, right?
There you go. Yeah, the angel babies. Yep, same
exactly.
Here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got some of those too.
Yeah. Shout out to Fettuccine right there. Yeah. So for me, why CNFT? It's all about the community. I'd say like it's such an accommodating, hospitable place. I've never felt more at home, and it surprises me every day how supportive, without any hidden agenda, other people are. Like literally we get approached because we're very young, well, in CNFT years, basically still young, but people approaching us like, hey, we can do this for you, we'll do it for free, just because we want to provide value for the community and we wanted you guys to succeed. And that's was very unknown to me from before. I come from, well, I built startups, I managed startups, but I also work corporate, I work strategy consulting. But it's always, people always have a hidden agenda or are looking out for themselves to various degrees, right? Depending on what culture you're around. But the Cardano, the CNFT culture is such it never feels like work, right? It's always like hanging out with a bunch of friends and creating something cool. And that's why I'm here, and that's why we'll stay here.
Yeah, I think we feel that same sentiment over here. I think that's because it is such in that infancy stage, and we are growing as a community. Everybody's kind of seen each other kind of start and where they're starting to move and grow right now. And I think everybody, like you said, is very supportive of each other. I know everybody that we've talked to has kind of said the same thing, even if they've been, like we talked to Fettuccine a few weeks ago, same thing, where they, even in the East space, you get to the Cardano and everybody's so welcome to kind of get you going or provide you feedback, information. It's a fun community to be a part of, that's for sure.
Yeah.
One thing for us that I didn't really realize was when I first heard about NANO Frames is obviously we saw the pictures. My first exposure to you guys was through Cardano trees. Discord was that, we saw a tree, it was moving. It's one of my favorite projects over there. But I didn't realize that you guys were specifically focused on Cardano currently. Is that correct?
Well, we're specifically focused on Cardano, but not entirely focused on Cardano trees, right? They're one of our major project partners. And we're very grateful for Damien to support us the way he does, and it's an amazing project with all, like, in its entirety, not just the art, but also the culture that stands behind it, the community that those guys have built. Why Cardano trees stands out, because it's one of the, at this point, still few projects that work with on-chain code, on-chain code NFTs. So it's not just a JPEG, but it's, as you know, it's evolving constantly.
It's living on the blockchain.
Yeah. So it provides a unique challenge, but also opportunity for a company like us, because displaying pictures is one thing. I mean, we've all been in contact with digital picture frames in the past, right? You got them as a Christmas present or so, never used them. But then obviously adding blockchain functionality, and especially Cardano blockchain functionality, because although well, we all love Cardano, we also know we love to take things slow but do it right.
Right.
So if you look at other chains, there is a couple of display companies or digital display companies on Ethereum, for example, and for them it's very easy. They just integrate with MetaMask and boom, done.
Right.
But on Cardano, the whole story is a bit more complex. But working with Cardano trees basically opened our eyes to a lot of possibilities, and also looking into the future. How do we have to structure our software architecture now in order to support projects like this in the future? Because I believe a lot will be on-chain code in the future. Things will evolve. You will be able to interact with your NFTs, with the art. So although a lot of PFP projects right now are just a picture without any judgment.
We love PFP sometimes, you know, it's a big thing, right?
Like the Space Ape Club mint just now was crazy.
Hey. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got me a few of those today.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lovelace and their team.
That was cool. Yeah, but we do work with a multitude of projects. Cardano Trees was one of the first basically big partner project that we're working with, but we're also like Anium Sky is one of our big partners. The Refresh, for example. So we're trying to work with as many people as possible to understand all of the needs of the community, right? Because our product can only bring value if it's working side by side with the projects that we're trying to support. So, but yeah, to your question, if we're only supporting Cardano, Cardano is our home, right? That's where we build our solution because we love the community, we love the project, we love Charles. But the way we build our software architecture, it's easily replicable for any type of chain. That's what makes NANO Frames unique in that sense, because we don't rely on any native wallet integration. Like, you have to sign on your NANO Frame with your MetaMask wallet or with your NAMI wallet. The way we build is entirely agnostic to any type of wallet. So you can use NANO Frame with Daedalus, Adelaide, CC Vault, whatever you want to do. And any future wallet that supports CNFTs as well. And that was only possible because we were faced with this initial unique challenge of Cardano not having Web3 connectivity, being in the state as it is, but it gave us a lot of future advantage by doing it this way.
And then all that, you can go, TJ.
No, you're good, Tom.
I was gonna say all that connection is going to be done through an app then on your smartphone, right? For the NFTs.
Yeah, well, the smartphone is basically your remote control.
Yeah.
Right. So it gives you because you don't want to stand in front of the frame and do like select which NFTs you want to do. You want to do that while you're sitting on the couch or while you're in the office and the boss not looking or whatever. Or you might want to, like, your girlfriend's at home and you bought this awesome piece of art. You just want to push it on the screen because you know she's looking at it. Those kind of things. So your smartphone is basically your remote control, but the frame itself is it knows that it's your wallet. Let's say it like this. The way it works, and we spilled the beans already, so I can say.
Don't want to get you in trouble.
No worries, no worries. The way NANO Frames work is they basically have a digital representative. We call it the digital brother, the NANO NFT. And the frame knows it's NANO NFT. They're digital brothers, basically. So wherever that NFT is, in whatever wallet you put it, that's the NFTs that are going to be displayed.
Okay. Because
so
I did see, well, I was going to say, I did see your purchase. To purchase it, you actually buy it almost like you're buying any NFT. It's going to be through sending ADA to a wallet, and then you'll get your NANO Frames NFT back. So that makes sense then. So that's how it'll actually connect to the frame. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, exactly. It's the entire purchase process is as you buy any other NFT, right? You select your product, you select your quantity, you select your color, you get an address displayed, you set the ADA, you get your NANO NFT, and you can then redeem it, enter your shipping details, etc., and then you get your product custom made and sent.
Very cool.
That's such an awesome concept on there. TJ, I know you had a question.
Yeah, actually, a few, but I'll ask one now. So it's a mobile device, basically the remote control. And now is it supported with Apple and Android products too, or is it just one or the other? You can use, or you
No,
can use it or.
it's both.
Oh, that's cool.
Both.
Okay.
It can also, but I think it can also be supported as a web app, but I'm not the dev. So,
Yeah.
but it's entirely agnostic. Yeah, the way the guys built it, it works on anything.
So that's such a cool concept. So obviously, like you said, you guys had to have had this idea and concept for a while now. Prior to, how long has this been in development? Was this prior to smart contracts and the hard fork on September 12th?
No, afterwards.
Afterwards, okay. Oh wow, so you guys have been moving fast then.
Yeah, it's been quite a ride.
It's
Wow.
just crazy now because you're just now finally seeing we've been smart contract, and now you're finally starting to see some of these marketplaces being able to integrate some of the stuff with mainly with
Yeah.
Nami. So it's interesting that you guys have found a way to do that though with whatever wallet you're holding on that.
Yeah, the good thing, we don't even need smart contract functionality for the basic integration. It works entirely without it. We can do we can add additional features, and we will add additional functionalities that are based on smart contracts.
Right.
But we don't want to discriminate right now. It's like if you hold your entire wallet in your dataless wallet or in your ledger that's connected to your Yoroi, who are we to tell you now in order to use our product, you have to put everything into your Nami wallet? Like,
right.
That's
yeah, that's the whole point of decentralization, right? Cardano. So
how responsive is the frames? Let's say, for example, I have NFTs on the frames, of course, then I sell it. Will it automatically update because it's connected to my wallet? Or do I have to like refresh? Oh, okay. That's good. Wow, that's awesome.
As soon as there's any changes in your wallet, it will basically realize that and update it.
So in real time. So
well, it does cache the media for a certain amount of time in case your Wi-Fi interrupts, for example. You don't want the screen to go out because it doesn't have connection for a couple of seconds, right?
Right.
There's certain intervals where the media is cached, but yeah.
So it always has to be connected to Wi-Fi then, in a sense, for it to all the okay.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that was going to be a question of mine as well. So we're connected to the internet. So your phone doesn't. So if that thing's not connected, but your phone is, you won't be able to get the NFTs displayed, right? It has to be the NANO frame has to be on there, connected to Wi-Fi or an internet source.
Yeah, I mean, because the frame is the medium that displays, right?
Right.
Like you could connect your frame to your phone as a mobile hotspot. You can do that. But the frame itself, obviously, in order to say yes, I can only display the NFTs that you hold. It constantly needs to be aware of the NFTs that you hold.
Correct. Right. That was a good, yeah.
Especially for like trees where it's displaying like live on the blockchain as it is. Like it is a live feed essentially, so it has to be connected. Otherwise, it doesn't have that feed. It's not connected. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that opens up such a cool like market now kind of going forward, just with these NFTs in general, because you're seeing some of these guys who did on-chain stuff. I know a lot of people when they got introduced to Cardano trees, they saw in the marketplaces that static image of just that base placeholder, and they didn't realize what it was, right? You went on and saw the IPFS, the link. Once you clicked into that, then you could see your actual tree and start moving. And same thing with Aeonium Sky. We saw the infinite halos. We're big fans of Wraith CNFT. So I know he's been we've been going back and forth with him. So it brings these things to life almost, which is, it's such a cool concept. And it was one of the things where we were super interested in getting to see what you guys have.
The trees were perfect. See them first, I think you said, Tommy, because that just showcases the frame so well, especially because it's moving. Aeonium Sky is similar, where they're the actual moving pictures, and it just shows off like what it can do to the, at least the top level that we're seeing on CNFT art right now, for the most part, as that even more develops, and you'll just see it get more crazy.
I think that you're going to see a lot more projects start to go, like you said, on chain too, as your technology evolves too. Because I mean, even the awoken algorithms, things that change like the lava, like there's so many different things you could go and with the possibilities of these on-chain projects. I think it's going to inspire a lot of growth in this space too.
Yeah, especially awoken, right? It's like you can basically look at an awoken for hours and just be mesmerized by it. But usually you don't have that opportunity, because who's going to sit in front of his laptop like this for hours, or you look at the phone at this little screen. But that way, it's kind of in your peripheral vision or primary, whatever you want. And you can sometimes engage with it without actually doing something. Like, it's not like you have to go to Pool PM and refresh and like have this activity, it's like passively always there, which it creates a totally different NFT experience.
It's like a lava lamp you used to have in your room as a kid,
Oh, yeah,
just constantly moving
exactly.
around in the background, just hanging out there.
So that's basically our mission, to create this dedicated place for NFT experience, whatever that might be in the future, right? Right now it's fairly static art most of the time, but we will there will be a lot of interaction. If you look, there's already a couple of projects where you can interact, pixel heads, dead pixels, for example, where you can actually interact with your NFTs. We will see a lot of these things coming in the near future. And then your NFT could grow based on your interaction, for example. So what you see on the wall, if you like, your friends come over and they see you're all in the same project, but you spend so much time interacting with it, so it's like 10 levels higher than the other guys, you know. So
yeah, I think that's such a cool thing, right? We don't even see it. I think Cardano trees are probably some of the most advanced ones in the space, where they're, you know, putting the add-ons into your existing NFTs. So I think that's going to be a good start to see what some of these things are. What you're saying, you could even think about it like maybe in like a Tamagotchi or something like back in the day, where you're able to level it up throughout time. And, you know, hey, it looks like you've done a lot of work on this thing. I can see it, you know, and it's cool to be able to display that stuff.
I was going to say, I think like some projects have discussed making a living pet you kind of take care of. So, I mean, even if you still had to interact by sending some sort of NFT food or something on your computer, to still be able to keep track of it on your wall would be like perfect for that.
Yeah, the cool thing is we're already seeing NFTs that are modifiable, so to say, by the user or the owner. So by having that together with the upcoming Nano App Store, where you can basically, on top of the NFTs, the creators or the artists, but even we're going to open this up to the entire community. You can basically easily create apps for your project that allow for features that the NFT doesn't have. So, for example, various display options. And imagine you have two dead pixels or so, and you want to put them together on the frame. That's not really possible with just a display and just the NFTs. So you need the bridge in between. So the artists can build apps or little modules that allow for way more functionality that maybe on-chain code doesn't allow, because there's only limited amount of room on the chain, right?
Right. We're getting there. When Hydra, right?
Yeah.
But that just got me thinking too. That's actually a really cool concept to be able to build like that. Because you take somebody like, say, Aeonium Sky, who's doing his 24 blocks right now, and say you had the final picture all in one, you wanted to get those things merged together somehow. That would be a cool function to be able to do something like that. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a wild picture too.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna need the 55-inch screen for that one, right?
Yeah, a couple of them probably.
Yeah, right. So with the app and all these things, how is there like a set way to display your NFTs? Like, say I have, you know, a few of them in there. Is there like a rotating motion, or is there a way to have control of that if I want to just one to display? How does that work?
Yeah, so the first software release that's gonna be basically integrated for the orders of our Christmas pre-sale next week. They have very basic functionality. So you connect it to your wallet, or it's already magically connected to your wallet, right?
Right.
And you can go through your policy IDs. You can select individual NFTs. You can say, okay, I want this Claymate displayed for 35 minutes. If you have a rectangular screen and it's a square PFP, you can also choose the background color, right? Okay. So you could, if you want to have it all black because the background is black of your square, then it looks like it's entirely integrated, so it's not cut out. If you want to, so you can choose the time. You can choose if it's fit or fill. You know, like if it's zoomed in. Some people might want that. Probably not the best choice for PFPs, but if you want to, or if it's fit in the middle of the screen, so you can create your own little playlist, so to say, with various timestamps, and say it's like, okay, I want, so you can structure your day basically with your art.
See, that's really cool. So I didn't even, man. So it's like taking the digital picture frames currently that we see, and it's putting it on a new level, I think.
Is there like a shuffle? Can you put it on like shuffle, where it'll just play randomly through the NFTs you have in your wallet yet, or is that something they may be planning on?
Yeah. Of course, you can. You don't have to. well, a lot of people obviously, well, there's two ways, right? Either you you curate your wallet that only NFTs are in there that you actually want to see. Because if I look at my wallet, there's, I don't know, 20% that I actually want to look at on a constant basis. The other ones are just don't fit that collection, let's say it like this.
Yeah, right.
So
Maybe some bad choices I made back in the past.
yeah, we all did. We all
Yep.
did. Learning opportunities.
When you say the profile picture can be in the center, can you add like a border around the profile picture, like from NANO Frames, or it's just gonna be kind of like a blank screen and then the center part is the profile picture?
We have a NANO frame, right?
What else I'm saying though, the frame itself, but it
You
can't
can
like
set the background color.
border, right? A background color. That's what I'm saying.
Background color, yeah. So you can have a match, and it'll look like it's all blends in perfectly.
You can basically, for every NFT, you can set a hex code background color. So you could look up, oh, okay, my space bud has this kind of background, so you can set the exact same color for the borders. If you have a rectangular frame, if it's a square frame, it doesn't matter, right? Because it fits perfectly. But there's a couple of functionalities coming out in the near future where you can do even more with these areas. Let's say like
okay.
Okay, nice.
Well, that's good to know. So with these frames too, one question I've always had is like, so with mounting some of these bigger ones on the wall, I'm assuming these things, do they always have to be plugged in, or is there a charge for some of this stuff, or is it always plugged in? Okay.
They're always plugged in.
Okay.
Battery pack for like a 55
kill it, right?
55-inch 4K display. It's probably gonna tear down your wall.
Burn up on the thing. Yeah.
Gotta
that plus the Wi-Fi and everything else to be running. Yeah, that's quite a bit of power.
You gotta call Elon and get an entire Tesla pack for
right. I need some of those supercharged batteries that cells that you guys have. Yeah.
No, it's always connected to a DC plug basically. And we will bring out various cable options basically where you or cable canals, etc., where we can remove the cable as much as you can, obviously. But yeah, it needs constant, especially with the Wi-Fi, etc.
Oh yeah.
I was actually curious about that because I know you have the team is very international. So are they right now kind of is it only going to be shipping US, or for the pre-sale here, is it going to be international shipping?
Well, we do global shipping, but we ship out of Europe. So
okay,
but the customer, the buyer, they have to they incur shipping costs, and obviously depending where you are, you might have to pay custom fees and all of that. So that's not something that we can integrate into pricing because we don't know where you live, right? So it would not be fair if we just say, okay, we flat price it and then shipping is included, because some people might, like if you're living in France and we're shipping out of Europe, you would basically pay the same amount as someone that lives in New Zealand. So
wow.
Yeah, shipping, we do ship globally. But there's various shipping costs.
No, that's great to know. I wasn't sure, if that, like you said, you guys are so early in. I didn't know if that was already an option. So that's great to hear, I'm sure, for people that are in New Zealand and excited about getting a NANO frame.
Well, thank God there's big companies like DHL, right? There you can just outsource that whole thing.
So Bastian, I know there's is there a five team members in NANO Frames? Is that what I'm seeing on the website and stuff?
Yeah, it's 4 right now. We haven't updated it recently. So it's 3 full stack developers, Sipke, Sandeep, and Jorge. We're basically all over the place, from Guatemala, from Netherlands, from Norway / India. I'm in Germany. So yeah, three full stack developers with like, these guys are wizards. Like I always say, like I'm the idea guy. I come like I wake up in the morning and I have this crazy thought, so I call them up. It's like, okay, guys, I know this sounds crazy, but can we do this? And not once until now they said anything else, but yeah, that's possible.
Right.
So yeah, 2 of them are Plutus Pioneer 2. So it's a very complementary skill set. It's amazing what those guys can create.
So I mean, with that diverse set, how did you guys know each other prior to doing this? How did you guys get all connected with being throughout the world?
Well, so it started with me posting in the IOHK technical community Discord.
Mm-hmm.
We have this Discord for job offers. So I basically posted, I'm looking for co-founders to get this this hardware NFT product off the ground. And then Sandeep approached me that he would like to be on. He had his partner Jorge with him, and then Rashid approached me in a server where I was talking about the frames. At that point, the frames weren't really existing, right? It was just a thought.
Concept,
yeah, someone was talking about like, oh, that would be so cool if we have frames. And I was just like, yeah, we're almost done. Like, you just wait until the frames come out.
Yeah, committing everybody already.
Yeah, right. It's like, okay, now we got to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Rashid approached me, brought Sipke in the team, and that it all went very fast. Like the idea was end of September. Basically, when I posted on IOHK was end of September.
So you guys got connected real quick, and then from there, you was like, again, you shot them some ideas, and they were like, yeah, we can make that happen, and it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, that's as I said, the skill set is very complementary. So on the technical side, these guys basically, on top of having 15, 20 plus years each in experience in full stack software development. Also the individual areas of databases, blockchain, etc., just complements each other very well.
Yeah.
And then me having already built businesses before, managing IT startups, etc., and also the time in the consulting space. It just fit very well together. So that's how we could move so quickly, because there was no gaps at this point.
Right.
It just fit. So and it's the right point in time as well.
Right.
To provide this value to the community. So that's why it works so fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was just gonna say, it's a crazy story though. You guys met, even through Cardano itself as well. I mean, it makes sense that you would find people interested in developing something on Cardano in the Cardano community. But like you said in the beginning, just how strong the community is, where you guys have built this whole project just through these connections on this crypto is, I mean, we've said the same thing, as the support we've seen, even just, making this, has been amazing from the Cardano community.
I think it's crazy too, because everything happens, like you said, so fast. I feel like a week here is like a year in this space. It happens so quick. And getting to talk to these guys, you see these projects months ago, like you said, even back into the September, August area, to where they are now. Like people are able to progress really quick. And it is a testament to a lot of these guys, being able to mix with each other and give each other ideas and share code, all these different things to get to where they're at right now. So it's crazy to me that you guys, it was like the perfect storm, it sounds like, for your team to get going over here. So I know you guys have, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 6 different models of these frames coming out here. At least there's for the first set, starting down from the 10.1 inch, looked almost the desk frame sitting there, although like you said, to the 55-inch 4K.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what was your thought process behind these sizes? Because I know the 22-inch square obviously fits like the perfect. Like you said, those unsigs look real good on that on the website right there, sitting there. I can imagine what they look like in real life. What was your style, and what made you guys choose those different sizes and or to release those number of different frames?
Well, first of all, you want to have options for every taste and for every budget, right? So in terms of sizes, obviously we wanted a tabletop one, because we all know that picture that stands on your table, right? Yep. So that situation to recreate, then you need square and rectangular options. The square ones are custom made, because no other industry is using square displays. Like every TV is rectangular, every laptop, every tablet. So those are specifically made for that purpose. And then having just going up as far as you can, and having the steps in between, right? And it's obviously also supplier related, right? Our supplier has been doing displays for 20 plus years, and the sizes that they are most comfortable with and they can supply with the highest reliability, those are the ones that we take. And then we had, like, basically we started off with three sizes, only the 10-inch, the 21-inch, the 22-inch. to test it out with the community, and then the community said, well, we want bigger frames as well. So we added these sizes with 4K resolution on top.
And yeah, those I can imagine the big 4K displays with some of these things are going to look amazing. When it comes to these things, I know you guys are doing your pre-sale December 20th. Is what you guys have coming up. What are your anticipated? I don't know if you guys have released any of this information. How long are you guys facing any supply chain issues? Like, what's the shipping time like? Actually, looking where those things will start to end up in people's hands.
Yeah, well, that's a question that the golden question that everyone asks, basically, when I'm going to have it. But there's a lot of variables that go into it, and it would be unprofessional for me to say it's like, well, at this date, definitely, because it depends on two major variables. A, how many are going to be sold during the pre-sale, right? Because that means, okay, does the manufacturer have them on storage already? Do they have to be like entirely made from the ground? When can they be shipped out? And then the second major variable is the global shipping crisis, right? Especially when you order products from Asia, and anything can happen. The added advantage that we have is we have on top of sea shipping and air shipping, there's a rail connection to Europe, so we're a bit more resolute when it comes to logistical crisis issues. But that's kind of a wild card right there, especially now with COVID cases going up. So it's really hard to say for me right now. I'm going to be able to say more in a week or two, like after we have the final numbers during the pre-sale, then we can give a more educated guess. And the third part is obviously, where do you live? Right? If you're in Europe and we're shipping out of Europe, you're going to have it a couple of days later. But if you're in New Zealand, depending on if you want air express or like normal shipping, so a lot of things may go into the answer of this question. So.
So the prices on there are strictly for the frames only on your thing. It does not include any kind of shipping afterwards. That'll get added on after the fact. Okay. That's that. So that, like I said, it does depend on where you're at in the world too.
Exactly.
So because I know I'm in the construction industry and we get stuff shipped from Italy all the time, and it's an easy 12 to 16 week lead time for stuff coming over from us into the Florida where we're at. So I can imagine some people.
It was coming on a boat for sure. Like you said, if it's you pay for that, plane to bring it over, you're gonna have to pay for it. So
is the air freight expensive these days?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, your other option is to not get a nano frame. I mean, at least they have that offer that you can get one. I mean, or we can get one over here.
Yeah. No, I definitely love the look at these things. And, I'm curious now here on December 20th. So you guys are going to be, all the info is December 20th. It's going to be on your website is where everybody needs to go ahead and pick one of those up.
It's like an NFT drop, right? So the website is going to give you the option to choose your size, to choose your color. And then it's going to display the corresponding address. You send the ADA that's being displayed to the address, you receive your NFT. And there you go. You purchased your frame, and basically after the pre-sale is done, there will be a redemption website where you go and you enter your shipping details. And then it will display the shipping cost to your place. You can choose between express and normal shipping, and once you confirm that with the payment in ADA, then your order is confirmed and will be processed.
Awesome. So even the shipping is going to be spent in ADA. Everything's everything. Okay. Oh, that's a cool thing. I like that.
I love that.
Cool.
That's a great idea.
So, do you run the risk, or when ADA jumps up to $5, so you're like, we're all hoping it will by the end of the year. Are those things going to affect certain things with its scales, or do you guys have like a set number where you're kind of looking to keep all this stuff?
Well, we do display our prices in US dollars, particularly for the fact because our supplier needs to be paid in US dollars, right?
Okay.
So we will obviously, with as little as fluctuation as possible, convert it to USDT, just in order to be able to pay the supplier. But we're all big crypto holders, so having the assets of my company in crypto is the way to go. So
100%.
And ADA is our home and our love, so that whatever profit there is, it'll stay in ADA.
Well, that's a really, I like that a lot. And I didn't realize how connected you guys are with the Cardano community itself. We were wondering if you guys were branching into any other chains. I know we had that as a question, but it seems you have no plans to go anywhere else. You guys are staying on Cardano for where you're at.
Well, we'll always be, well, yeah, we'll always have Cardano as our home.
Right.
But the way that we build our software architecture, it can be like very easily within a couple of weeks be replicated for any other chains. And we're going into a future where it's not going to be CNFTs and Solana NFTs anymore. It's all going to be mixed up.
Right.
Like the chain won't matter too much. And we want to support that development as well. Plus, some of you might hold Ethereum NFTs and like Angel Baby Hit Squad, right? You want to look at those guys too,
right?
So supporting other chains is coming, is already in the works. But just because we support them doesn't mean we live there, so to say. Right?
Cardano's your guys' first love, so that's where you guys are focused.
Exactly.
Right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was going to say that though, so there's a chance I'll be able to see my Angel Baby someday on the Nano Frame too. That's cool too.
Angel Baby, the Demon Baby, yeah.
What's it called? We've been mentioning the 55-inch screens. I know we just all got our first Jason Matias airdrop, the Angel. Those, I mean,
oh man,
the size and everything too. The resolution would be perfect on one of those big screens. Like that's something I could definitely see putting up on the wall, or one of those 55 inches.
Yeah, that one, and imagine a hype skull.
Oh wow, yeah. The hype skulls are so detailed. Some of those things, like you say, you don't realize the detail in things until you really click into them. So I'm sure you're going to appreciate those NFTs, in a whole new light, especially if you have that 55K. So yeah, no, you guys have got me excited. I'm definitely looking forward to the 20th here, because I'd love to have something even for the desk or something at work. I kind of just want to sit it there on the thing and watch all my goats and clays and all these things pop up, and everybody comes in and be like, what are those things? And then you get a chance to talk about that stuff, because we don't talk about it enough,
Yeah, that's like 2 months salary right there.
Oh yeah, right. Like I can, I don't know why I'm working here. I'm just here to, I just want to display these things. But no, Bash, appreciate art. Yeah, well, we appreciate you, jumping in here with us and asking. And it's late over there in Germany compared to Florida, so we appreciate you staying up with us. Well, again, is there any, if anybody's looking to get into these nano frames, especially here on the 20th, where can they find you at?
Well, Discord is probably the primary point. Obviously Twitter as well. The website is more of an informational point. But Discord is probably the best point if you've got questions. But you can reach us on Twitter anytime as well. All the information for the drop will be on the website, in Discord, linked on Twitter. But yeah, that's probably the best way. And you can always shoot us a DM or jump on a call if there's anything to discuss. This week might be a bit tricky to catch me in a space, in a Twitter space, but usually, at least on Sundays, with Cardano Thor on the art feed, you can catch me there. Discord is probably the best place, just for interaction and firsthand information.
And I recommend, if anyone's likes the nano frames, want to see more of the Discord, they can find you on Twitter, but Twitter's so bad with how they just destroy quality, and especially for videos and GIFs and stuff uploaded. So if you go to the Discord for nano frames, you can see all like the high quality videos. So just scrolling through some of those, you can see some of the best ones on there for sure. I recommend checking that out.
That's so my biggest pain points. Like you sit there with a 4K camera, right, and you have a full HD 2K display in front of you, and you spend hours setting it all up. You take this video and it looks amazing. It has like 200 megabytes on your laptop. You look at it and Anium Sky's details, so nice, and then you upload it on Twitter and it just
shreds it, right? 15 megabit limit. I've been hit with that way too many times.
That was the one I joined your Discord on. I think you posted one of Aeonium Skies, and it said, don't let Twitter destroy this for you. Just join our Discord and find the video on there, and it's so much better. And yeah, you can see all the details, especially I think it was one of the cars, and that one was perfect for it.
And they have stereo speakers as well, and Bluetooth, and so you can connect them to your
Oh, that's
whatever
cool.
sound system you have at home, right? So it even you can
Oh, wow.
listen to Ionium Sky and all the
With
other
Jameson Daniel music in the background.
Okay,
on this.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that. That's actually a really cool concept too.
plug in your headphones, whatever you want to do.
Well, that's really cool. Well, we appreciate your time out here, Bastian, and thanks for jumping in with us and giving us this info. We look forward to the 20th. I'll definitely be there. It'll be a little early Christmas present for us over here.
Very cool.
Yeah, no,
So-
exciting stuff. We'll be checking it out, and definitely thanks for all the information too tonight.
Yeah,
Well,
We
thanks for having me.
of course, of course. And we appreciate everybody listening. Again, this is another Freedom 35 or sit down. And again, Bastian, we appreciate your time, man.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.